For the past week or two, I've been working on this game using the awesome engine Bevy and the awesome programming language Rust. The game is supposed to be a farming progression game. You upgrade your character and unlock new spirits, which help you collect as many essences as possible, with unique abilities for unlimited possible builds. The game is still in very early development, but I wanted to share my progress and inspire people to make more games using Bevy. So I started off making a third-person character controller. Since I come from Unity, I thought it can't take too long, right? Well, I was looking for a third-person controller crate, but couldn't find one. Tutorials were also non-existent. Everything was in first person. So after a lot of time trying out different crates, I decided to use Avian 3D as a physics crate, which also had a first-person movement example. I used that, but I had to change it up so it works for a third person. Additionally, I had to implement a third-person camera as well. Wanna guess how long that took me? 3 whole days. To cut me some slack, the last time I've used Bevy and Rust was pretty long ago, so I had to get back into it first. But still, 3 days? After finally having a working character controller, I made my first essence node. It's not pretty, but it's something. Now, just having those essence nodes isn't fun if you can't harvest them, is it? So that's what I implemented next. When you harvest them, they spawn small essence orbs for you to collect. I made it like a magnet system where they fly towards you if you're close enough to them. Now, just you collecting essences feels pretty lonely and isn't very fun. So the next thing I was gonna add were spirits. I'm not a 3D artist, so please don't laugh at the first version of them. The spirits also have to follow the player though, and not just stand or, well, hover in the air. The movement had some issues in the beginning, but after some tweaking, it got a bit more acceptable. Just having spirits follow you around is cool and all, but they should actually harvest essences. So after some more time, they now harvest essences automatically for you. Perfect. Now, it still feels a bit empty and boring. So the next thing I added was abilities for the spirits. You can't really see it because I didn't implement debug hitboxes yet, but along their normal harvesting ability, they have a big harvesting ability, which is just a bigger sphere radius at the moment that they can cast every so often. Additionally, they can spawn those golden balls, which are also abilities activated by the player collecting them. I then wanted to have better models and visual effects, since harvesting abilities don't show anything at the moment. I also added debug hitboxes, so I can actually see them and don't have to guess/hope all the time. Basically, I'm making everything in Blender. I make the static world and export it as one GLB. I give it a tri-mesh collider, which I know is not perfect because it's pretty performance heavy, but it works for now. The visual effects are also just made in Blender with an animation that plays instantly when it's spawned in Bevy. And the essence nodes all have to be separate entities since each of them has different data to hold and a collider. So my solution was to place, scale and rotate them in Blender how I wanted them to be, and then export the position, scale and rotation from Blender into vectors via a script. So in Bevy I'm just spawning the single exported essence node with the transform I exported from Blender. Although now that I think about it, I could also export all the essence nodes as one GLB and spawn the entities without a model, since they only need their data in Collider, which could definitely be better for performance. Also for the materials I use Bloom very often. I don't know why, I just think it looked cool. So now, after having visual effects and better models, the game feels much more alive. There's still a lot to do and there are a lot of open questions, and since I want to involve you guys as much as possible, I want to ask you for suggestions regarding pretty much everything. Any Bevy/Rust tips on how I can improve my concepts and performance? Any ideas for the game? Should I add something specific? How do you like the editing style of the video? Would you like to have music or no music in the video? And also, I just wanted to say it again, I'm unfortunately not a 3D artist, nor an animator, visual effects artist, or sound designer. So if you have any assets that you would like me to use, please tell me. Just write it in the comments, or even better, just join the Discord server to talk to me directly. Thanks for listening. See you next time.